This is the good brother J.R. Wisdom, and you know the everyday topic. It's like we can't get away from it, but it's the truth. A lot of black women are, unfortunately for themselves, they are living in a high state of unreality, a high state of lying to themselves. Everybody walking down these streets, Media Man has discussed this ad nauseum. I'm not a hate watcher of him. I just disagree with some things that he believes in, but I leave it alone. It's probably only two things that I disagree with him. Everything else, I am 100% on Team Media Man. I love his grasp of numbers and statistics that these people just cannot, for the most educated, who are like, we are the most educated. I think David Bowman keeps saying they are the most enrolled, not the most educated. But education to me is subjective. It really is. Because what do you call education when everybody else is getting married and don't have a problem getting married? And but you have a lot of problems getting married. You have a lot of problems getting married because you refuse to accept reality. The reality is, like in most races, your average people walking down the street are average, whether it's financially or sexual market value, right? There's not all these super beautiful and super wealthy people running around. You know what I'm saying? There's just not. I did my taxes this year and I made $51,000 this year. I've been hovering around that for the last couple of years. That's not a lot of money, but it's not me being it's not me in poverty. It's not. I'm not poor. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to save a lot of money every single month, right? So whoever I meet is probably going to be around that same number figure. All these black women running around acting like they're all making $100,000 is more is a lie. And I think Media Man, yeah, he had to have looked at that number. It's a small number of women in America, of all women in America, that are making 100,000 or more. So this whole notion that a lot of them are coming with this, they need to find these high earning men, and because they deserve this, because they all see themselves as queens, which is a lie. There are no kings and queens in America. It's just citizens. That's all it is, man. Our people can't. That's another one of their unrealities. I'm a queen. You are a citizen that pays taxes. That's all you are. I'm not a king. I'm just a citizen that pays taxes every year. You refuse to. Their major problem is that they refuse to deal with reality. That's their problem. A lot of them could get married, or not even so much marriage. Everybody doesn't need or even wants to get married, but you could have a long-term boyfriend. I've known people of all races that have had long-term boyfriends and girlfriends. Nobody judges them and nobody cares. You know, people just live their lives. I knew this one couple. I think. Oh yeah, he did pass away before her. They were long-term boyfriend and girlfriend. They live with each other. It's a white couple. I actually worked with her at the bank a long time ago. And I think they made it 30 years. I saw her recently and I haven't seen her in ages. And I was like, how are you? She's like, I'm doing fine. I said, how was he? She said, unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. She told me they made it to 30 years together. And at this time, with all of this inflation, you would think more people would. Number one, most of us that are healthy, we like sex, right? Men and women like sex. You think that the people would be getting into partnerships more, right? But the problem, once again, is a lot of black women are too materialistic. They want things that are literally out of their pay grade. If you are a five in the face and in the body, it is really delusional for you to want somebody that makes six figures or more. It's delusional. It really is. Especially if the six figure earner and up or nine figure earner is literally super handsome, fit, not in debt, owns his own home, and he owns a lot of cars. He does not and he will not settle with a five in the face, in the body. I have rarely seen this. I've seen it here and there. I remember looking at the life of Pierce Brosnan, and he settled for a basic looking woman. But guess what? Here's another thing. And she wasn't famous at all and whatnot. But you know what? He's white and she's white. That's another thing. That's another thing. A lot of these women want to equate wealth with white men. There's a lot of poor white men in America. I don't know where they get this nonsense that every white man is walking around with buckets of money. I know a lot of white guys in the last couple of years that are gone with opioids. Like, where did they get this? Like, they don't exist in reality. I know a couple of young white guys in my area, young in their 20s, that walk around begging for change. Like, so this whole notion that marry a white man because they're all rich. Do you really believe this? Anyway, I just wanted to play what J.R. Wisdom is saying, because white woman explains why many black women will never they will never get married because they're too materialistic and they have poor financial money management skills, and they're always looking for a higher earner than them because they want these guys to just bail them out. These women are just looking for retirement plans. That's all it is. Nobody,
Some more clips coming up for you guys. Let's go.
How about you help me find a husband? It ain't the oldest, it ain't the youngest. It's the treatment. It's not the oldest, Amber. It's not the good-looking one, Amber. It's not the one got money, Amber. It's the one honest. And not too many of them honest nowadays. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's some good men out there. But what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women's going bad. The women's going bad.
I think in this original video, that's when the granddaughter cut it off. She kept saying it's the women that have gone bad, right? And I remember this video was last year, and you didn't hear too many comments. At least our people still have respect for our elders. But she's right. It's not the young. It's not the old. It's not the handsome man you should be looking for. It's not the man that has money. It is the man that is honest. That's exactly what she says. Will they listen? No. They won't listen.
It ain't the men's now. It's the women done gone bad. You gonna flip the script on us? Yeah, it's the women done gone. You a woman yourself. I'm a woman myself, but I don't do half the things I see these women do now. They don't care no more. Well, that's mean the men don't respect them. That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You understand? You got to give your husband respect to get respect. Because as long as you respect him, ain't too much he gonna do wrong.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. And I've been saying this for a while. It's not the men, it's the women. The women have gone bad. The women, their minds are warped. And they'll look at this older lady like, oh, she's times have changed. Back men was taking care of women. Come to find out, a lot of times that wasn't true either. So y'all ladies, this world has made it to the point where you feel like you have endless options. You could put tons of coins in the machine. You got infinite coins to keep putting in the machine.
And this whole same thing. So I don't know where these modern day women are getting these insane notions from that it's the job of men to pay for everything. We are in a global recession. My grandparents were alive during the Great Depression, and they make it to 55 years before she passed away first, and then he passed away a couple of years later of marriage. Throughout their whole marriage, he kept the job and she kept the job. So it wasn't this nonsense that I have rarely ever seen that many men that paid for everything, because it's not like, once again, your average man is rarely ever going to crack over $50,000 a year. It's the truth. Your average man, and we're talking about taxes as well too. We're talking about taxes, right? Everybody has to pay taxes. So how many men do you know hell, these women want to pay for absolutely nothing. So in that would mean you would have to find a man that would probably take home 250,000 a year after taxes. So he would have to make way more than that for him to pay for, or for him to have his own house, car, and he's paying for the food and the utilities. And these women, they want these outrageous lifestyles that they cannot even afford. And it's also closing it out. It is also the constant materialism of today's modern day black women. I don't know where they're getting this nonsense from. We keep talking about these issues all the time. You cannot fight white supremacy. You know how black women are always talking about white supremacy and fighting white supremacy and all this other stuff? You cannot fight white supremacy if you are always giving white people all of your money. Can anybody tell me, for the life of me, why does any woman need a $10,000 handbag, a $20,000 handbag, a $50,000 Listen, I was just curious one day. I saw a handbag. I can't remember what site it was. A woman's handbag. It was pink and leather, and it was $100,000. They got handbags that are worth more than that. Where do these women get off wanting all this materialistic stuff that they can't eat, they can't sleep in it, they can't resell it at its full value, or higher value in the future? Like, if it was an investment, that would make sense, right? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they may have vintage handbags that go for a lot of money. But if you are not buying this as an investment, you are wasting a lot of you are wasting all of your hard-earned money, and you are making white people richer. All this Italian shit that our people love to buy, I took a picture of it. This was last year, and what was it? They said that all of these major brands, their bags are literally made in China. I wish I could find that again. It was I think it was on Yahoo. Their brands are literally made in China, and your average handbag, Chinese manufacturers charge them about, I think it said $20 for these handbags. And these people in these high-end Italian stores are charging people $1,000, $10,000, $20,000. Y'all are really still doing this? You really want to do this? This is insane to keep white people rich because you want to be branded with their Italian shit on your ass and on your arms, and you're wearing these shoes. Oh, forget about the shoes. I haven't even gone into the shoes. You know, the main one. Who was doing that back in the day? Was she on the Today Show? That dark skinned black female. She married that busted white guy. Tamron Hall. I look at her. That's another waste of melanin. She married that old looking white man, and she was always talking about her Manolo Blahnik shoes and all these $5,000, $10,000 shoes. Black women have become too disgustingly materialistic, and not only that, none of them ever think about saving for their retirement. And this is how a lot of them are going to end up homeless because they never think about saving for their retirement. What a damn shame.